بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين.
Interpretation of the Holy Quran.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. With the help of Allah, we began a brief commentary of Quran. We got to chapter Maeda, the 5th chapter of Quran, which is revealed in Medina. It has 120 verses. Please listen to verse 71.
وحسبوا ألا تكون فتنة فعموا وصموا ثم تاب الله عليهم ثم عموا وصموا كثير منهم والله بصير بما يعملون.
And they thought that there would be no affliction, so they become blind and deaf. Then Allah turned to them mercifully, but many of them became blind and deaf, and Allah is well seeing what they do. In previous verses, Allah was talking about the followers of the book, either Jew or Christians, a group of Jew, a group of Christians. Allah criticized them in different ways. And this verse also, Allah is talking about them when He says, وَحَسِبُوا أَلَّا تَكُونَ فِتْنَةً. In previous verse, Allah was talking about the reaction when Allah is sending messengers and prophets. Allah said in previous verses, كُلَّمَا جَاءَهُمْ رَسُولٌ بِمَا لَا تَحْوَى أَنفُسُهُمْ. Anytime we send messengers with something that it was against their desires, the way that they didn't like it, the reaction was to deny some and to kill the others. So Allah was telling us that when the messengers are coming, they give the message, and these people didn't like it. When they didn't like it, either some of them called them, or some of the messengers are called as a liar. فَرِيقًا كَذَّبُوا. It means they called some of the messengers as a liar. They said they lie, they are not sent by God. وَفَرِيقًا يَقْتُلُونَ. And some of them are killed by these people. In this verse, Allah wants to tell, okay, but these people think that if they reject the prophets, they deny and they accuse them or they kill them, they can run away with that. They think if they make such a big problems to commit such a big sins, Allah is not going to punish them. وَحَسِبُوا أَلَّا تَكُونَ فِتْنَةً. They thought there is no punishment for them. Fitna has two different meanings. One of them is punishment, one of them is examination or to test. They thought that there is no punishment for them, or they thought that there is no examination for them. They thought if they say we believe in God, we believe in Moses, or we believe in Jesus, that's enough. God is not going to try them, to test them, to see or to show themselves their reactions, their deeds. They thought they can run away. They thought whatever they do, they are not going to face reaction. Definitely, they are in a wrong way, and sooner or later, they will see the reaction of their deeds. This is Sunnatullah. This is Allah's rule, that Allah will examine all people. Allah says in chapter Ankabut verse 2, أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون. Allah is talking regarding to the men, and it is sunnatullah. This is the style of Allah. Do men think that they will be left alone on saying we believe and not be tried? Definitely is not. Definitely all people will be tried, will be examined to show them what is the reaction. And here they thought they will not face any examination, any test. فَعَمُوا وَصَمُّوا. Allah says, and they became blind and they became deaf. It means they didn't see the truth. They didn't want to see the truth, and they didn't want to hear the truth. To hear the truth, it means to practice whatever they hear. As they close their eyes, amu wa sammu, it doesn't mean really they became blind or really they could not hear any voice. No, it means they didn't want to see the truth. The truth was in front of them. They didn't want to, as intentionally they close their eyes. They hear the truth from Prophet, but they try to show that we are not listening. They were not obeying. Wasammu, it means they became deaf. ثم تاب الله عليهم. تاب الله عليهم. Again, Allah returned to these people. Again, Allah helped them, turned them to them mercifully. It means forgave them. Taba, it means raja'a. Allah came back. When we commit sin, we become far from Allah. When Allah taba alayna, it means Allah comes back to us mercifully, takes our hands and helps us. Again, Allah says, summa amu wa sammu. Again, these people became blind and became deaf. It means again they insisted to stay in a wrong path. Insisted to commit sin again and again. كثير منهم. Many of them again continued to stay in a wrong path. Wallahu basirun bima ya'malun. But these people should know that Allah seeing what they do. Allah is watching them. Allah knows everything, and sooner or later they will see the results. Either they will be punished if they obey, or they will be rewarded. They will be punished if they disobey, and they will be rewarded if they obey. From this verse, we understand first the examination is for all people. Fitna, which one of the meaning is examination, is for all people. All people will be examined. Allah criticized these people that وَحَسِبُوا أَلَّا تَكُونَ فِتْنَةً. They thought there is no any kind of trying, examination, testing. And we said also in chapter Ankabut, verse 2, Allah is talking about the men, human beings. أَحَسِبَ النَّاسِ. Do men think and guess that they will not be examined? And يُتْرَكُوا أَن يَقُولُوا آمَنَّا. They will be left only to say that we believe in God, وَهُمْ لَا يُفْتَنُونَ, and they will not be examined. Allah says this is wrong, all the people will be examined. Also from this verse we understood when Allah says وَحَسِبُوا and criticize. Allah says they think or they guess in believe is wrong. Guessing is wrong. We must be sure. It means they didn't have any proof for that. Only they think, they thought, they guessed. While in believing we must have proof, we must be sure, and they didn't have any kinds of proof. Then from this sentence, when Allah says ثُمَّ تَابَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ ثُمَّ عَمُوا وَصَمُّوا, Allah turned back to them mercifully, and again they became blind and they became deaf. It means Allah helped them, but again they insist. So we have understood that if Allah helps us is not enough, we should try also to obey Allah. Some people even obey Allah for some time, but at the end they will be changed, like these people that at the end, after returning Allah to these people, they became blind and they became deaf again. Then Allah says, ثُمَّ عَمُوا وَصَمُّوا كَثِيرٌ مِّنْهُمْ. Many of them became blind and deaf. We should understand that if many people will do something, practice something, it should not deceive us. It doesn't mean that because many people are doing such a thing, it means this is correct. Many verses of Quran, Allah criticized many people or even majority. وَأَكْثَرُهُمْ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ وَأَكْثَرُهُمْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. Majority will not understand. Majority will not think properly. Then Allah says, وَاللَّهُ بَصِيرٌ بِمَا يَعْمَلُونَ. And Allah is well seeing what do they do. Allah is warning us and says, be sure that Allah is watching you, and sooner or later will show you what was your deeds. Inshallah, in such a time, we will be very happy to see our file. And we will be given our file to our right hand, which is a sign that we have been succeeded. Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.